Hello everyone, I'm Silent Death, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program Science Harder Campaign. We have updated. We are now in version 1.0.4, along with all the headaches that involves. There are some issues with the new heating system, I think. Particularly, our Mercury one is pretty much a lost cause since it doesn't have any radiators. It just blows up immediately on switching to it. I could activate some cheats to get around that, but it doesn't have any crew, and I don't feel comfortable cheating when there's no Kerbals to rescue. But let's hop over to the Research and Development Center and spin some science. I've had to do this, convert the tech tree from the 0.90 format to the 1.0.x format. It took a long time, and I think I've gotten things mostly right. There may be a few things that are out of place, or I just didn't know where to put them. But for the most part, everything that was in the previous version should be where it should be. And other things should be in a logical place. First off, we're going to want the experimental science for the gravioli detector, the sensor package, and the nose cone sensor package. I want to know if that does gravioli, but I can't see. We have a procedural ore tank, which should probably go somewhere else, and we're apparently missing something there, so I need to fix that. And I know which one it is, so I can fix that pretty easily. I think there's just a typo there. Okay, what else is there? You already have that. Some radiators? Yeah, we want some radiators. Do we have more radiators? Probably here. Thermal control system small. I couldn't decide where to put these, so I just left them here. Another radiator, sure. A surface scanning module. Fine, maybe it'll give us something. Nothing good there. How much science do we have? 107. I want this next, I think. Probably. Now we're going to do a little bit of playing around to see exactly how things work in this version. We'll start with a unmanned spaceplane. Alright, I went and added a whole bunch of stuff. Got a basic plane. Looks more plane-like than our normal planes. And it actually works, according to FAR. So now we need to add on the extra stuff, such as some radiators, radiator panel, put a couple of these over the engines, I don't think those extend, do they? Nope, okay. And then, okay, that's a little bit big. We'll put a couple more. So let's put them on the other underside. Hopefully they won't burn up on re-entry. And then a couple of solar panels on the top. Let's get some action groups going for that. Toggle panels. Toggle panels. And nothing to do with that one. Alright, I think we're probably ready to go. Let's see how this works. Here we are. Getting ready to take off. Go, go. Nice thrust to weight. Getting some good speed going. Occurs to me that I forgot to set some things. Oh crap, we're trying to go sideways. Nope, don't do that. Okay, that didn't work. I think maybe I need to adjust one of the landing gear or something. So let's try doing that. Okay, we've moved the gear closer to the center of mass, which hopefully will make things okay. The only other issue is the front landing gear may be a little bit crooked. Not entirely in the center. Certainly looking that way, isn't it? And I think I may have forgotten to enable steering on it as well. Which could be a problem. I don't know, can we enable steering from here? Does not look like it. Ooh. Okay, something is weird. It should not be this hard to control. I think the center of mass has shifted a little bit. So, okay, yeah, we're going to back to the drawing board. Here we go yet again. And, okay, that's... Forgot to adjust the landing gear. Another go. I added the swivel engines because apparently Kerbal Engineer was counting the jet thrust in with the thrust to weight ratio in that stage I was looking at. Up, come on. Okay, go a little bit faster, then go up. Come on, you can do it. Hopefully. Ooh. Came very close to breaking off our engines. And we are spinning out for some unknown reason. Too much drag, maybe? Switch to this. Stalling. Gear up. I do not know what is going on with this. Maybe it's the area rule? I could be something. There aren't any issues, I don't think, with the plane design. Oh, we're going to die. Mush. We've gone through a bit of a redesign. Had to play a bit of homage to the area rule. We made the wings more deltoid. We rearranged the engine pods so that they're in sequence as far as the area rule is concerned, smoothing out this curve a little bit. Moved these air intakes from the back up to the very front to smooth out the bump in the cross-sectional area between our canards and our wing and engine nacelles. So let's try this and see how it works. And we are off. Wonder if there's a way to configure that so you can show different things. That's weird. There we go. Okay, we are at Mach 0.3. Mach 0.4. Mach 0.5. And we're off. We are flying straight. We are accelerating rapidly. Let's hit, say, 45 degrees. Wow, we are really booking it, aren't we? Hold right there. It wants to climb really, really fast. We'll get around 10K and then we'll start slowing our descent a little bit, level out some more. Assuming we can. I also had to do a whole bunch of filling to get the fuel pumps working right on the V9 parts. Something weird was going on there. We have a very high Q. Dynamic pressure is all over the place. I should mention that I've turned off aerodynamic failures, or we would be having them all over the place too. 5,000 meters. And climbing rapidly. Thrust to weight at 3 and climbing. We're already approaching Mach 2 and we haven't even broke 10K. Oh, and we have the gear down. That would not be good. There we go. It's actually probably slowing us down. We might want to slow down a little bit, though. Thinking on it. You know, thrust to weight of... Thrust to weight of 3 is a little bit high for a space plane. Leveling out, leveling out. Not leveling out fast enough. Want to get more horizontal speed, way more horizontal speed. Oh, maybe if I turn that off, that'll help. Vertical speed is still really high, but the horizontal speed is catching up. And we are slowing down, leveling out a little bit. Vertical speed down to 100. Throttle. Still good. Adjusting our fuel a little bit, try to get us the right way. Try to shift our center of mass a little bit. Okay, our thrust is going up. We're going to drop down a little bit and try to get our speed around Mach 3 or 3.5. I think 3.5 was the maximum thrust for these engines. So we'll drop down to the thicker atmosphere, get around Mach 3.5, and then start climbing again. Couldn't really tell much with the temperature overlay. Wanted to make sure I wasn't overheating. Okay, now our thrust weight is up and dropping. We're at 3.7, Mach 3.7. Thrust weight is 1.2, 1.1, 1.9. We are climbing. We're at 150 meters per second vertical speed. Keeping fairly thick, or in the fairly thick atmosphere. We're starting to slow down a little bit. Our vertical speed is still climbing. Mach 3.7. And there we go. Keeping on the rocket engines. We're starting to slow down really rapidly. Now we're doing well. The jets didn't last very long. Okay. Our apoapsis is at 35k, so we'll go a little bit higher. Bunch of new features in the pilot assist mod that I like. And we don't really know how much Delta V it is because Kerbal Engineer is apparently confused about jets and stuff. Maybe they just changed the way they did things. Now then, at 50k, we can hold prograde. Let us gain some more horizontal speed. And we'll adjust our fuel to make sure that we have fuel for our engines when we go to land. We overshot that a little bit. Okay, so that doesn't really help with the wobbliness. And the game kind of froze there for a moment. I don't know why. Probably autosave once we got out of the atmosphere. Okay, let's see if we can't quickly add a maneuver. We want you to go. Why can't we snap it to anything? What's the deal with that? It's weird. Alright, maybe it doesn't know that we've upgraded the tracking center or something. Okay, a little bit more. Seems all confused. That's a little bit much. We don't have very much to go. $91. 80. Yeah, that's good enough. Okay, we can align to the node. And when do we burn? It doesn't know. How does it know? Estimated burn is 11 seconds. Passed it. Okay. Perhaps is climbing. Orbit till. Good enough. You just hold right there. We will. Apparently we're closing the cargo bay doors. Now we're opening them. I wonder if that was causing drag. It's possible. Let's save before we throw this out. Decouple. Goodbye. Quickly pop those on. Make sure that it's got power and everything. We'll switch back to you and you can extend everything. And how are you on temperature? Wrong thing again. There we go. Okay, so you're a little bit toasty there. If we do it like this, so that you're facing away from the sun, that might help. Get you in the shadow, or in the shade. Okay, good. Good. You still have a little bit of fuel. Enough, I think. We need to change this, though. Get all the fuel forward for the re-entry part. Balance. Yeah, I guess that'll do. Alright, let's switch to a probe. Guess we can turn off that. I've realized that I have not put any whatever it is, radiators on that. Never know. So I think we probably want to go to the descending node. There we go. Now then, a little bit of stuff. Tins. Then, okay, we get an intercept right there. That works for me. We will do that. Go ahead and align to this. 20 minutes into that, so let's fast forward. Alright, here we go. I think. Uh-oh. Activated? Thought I activated you. I guess not. A little bit shaky there. Probably too much torque. Or gimbling. Something. Let's check to make sure that we're actually getting an encounter. We could go retrograde a tiny bit, I think. There we go, that's a better encounter, or it was. Back to the node. Let's throttle our engine down. To help with that part. There we go. Do that. We will warp to the SOI. Probably going to lose communications here for a moment. And then we should pick them up again. There we go. Well, we still have a ways to go. Eight, 5, 4. And we just need to do a little bit of a capture burn. Supposedly you can warp past SOIs now without them doing horrible things like they used to do. Let's try it. Let's save first and then let's try it. Yeah, that actually worked. Now then, we will add a maneuver. There we go, we just need to capture. And then we can test our thing. I think that's all we have to do, right? No, it has to be at a certain altitude. Between 7 and 17. Okay. Yaps, doesn't tell us. $50. 16. There we are. 11 looks good. Hold that node. Doesn't seem to want to hold the node correctly. Can you do better? A little bit. Okay. Then I guess you get to do it. Fast forward some more. Go away. You can go away too. Burn in a minute. Let's unthrust limit you. We'll just keep an eye on our periapsis. 4. Okay, we'll start out slow. Periapsis is dropping. Really slow. 11. There we are. Now then, can we warp to our periapsis? Warp to our peri. Hopefully we keep a connection. We should. Alright, now it's good enough. Now is this something we have to stage or is it just a run test? It is a run test. There we go. We get some money. A little bit of science. Now then, let's go hop back and do a re-entry with our spaceplane. A bit of a retro run to get ourselves landing just short of the space center according to the trajectories of mine. Then we'll fast forward until we hit Atmo. Since we're in the dark side, we might as well retract everything, as it's not going to help us. See about using pilot assist to hold us level. Doesn't look like there's any other things it can help us with. Wanted to get it to show the PID values, but couldn't get that to show up. And here we go. Flying through. Trying to stay level. There's the moon. Hi moon, how are you doing? Looks like trajectories is being a little bit off. As we are going way shorter than we were before. So let's pitch up a little bit. We'll try using that to hold ourselves. But it doesn't look like it's going to work. It tried though. Now we're having a little bit of trouble getting back around front. It should be a lot easier to point us towards prograde, but I don't know what's going on there. And we made a mistake by not having that last section be rocket fuel. It was just liquid fuel. Didn't really need that. Of course, we still have plenty of rocket fuel somewhere. You can see on the little bars. We are moving our trajectory a little bit. trying to keep our vertical speed. It's actually going up, down to, up to negative 28. And also trying to make sure that we're aligned with the spacing. It does kind of wobble a little bit. Might need to pump some fuel around. Try warping a little bit, get this to go faster. Mach 5. We still have 370 kilometers to go. A little bit wobbly again. Pulling up as much as we can. We're actually positive vertical speed now. At 34k. Still Mach 4.4. I think we're going to make it though now. 30k, Mach 4.4, 4.3. We're just passing over the space centers of landmass. Even though trajectory says we're not going to make it, I'm pretty sure we're going to make it. And we're running low on power. That could be an issue. Hold it, come on, 150 kilometers. We're about lined up where we need to be. Trajectory still says we're going to fall short. Down to Mach 3.4. And trajectory says we need to point way up at like 40 degrees pitch. And we cannot point up that much. And I'm pretty sure it's wrong. There's just no way that that's how we need to point. It must be calculating something wrong. Alright, we're going to plummet back down into the thick atmosphere. We have... we don't know how long. We have about 40 seconds until we hit our thing. We opened the bay doors and the gear for air brakes. So I forgot to put on some air brakes. And I think we're going to switch back to oil. Mach 2. Mach 1.6. Make sure our parachutes are ready. Hey, what do we need to be? 90.3. We're at 87. A little bit this way. Okay, I think we're going to be fine. A little bit of fiddly. Going on power. 60 left. Just to make it, I believe. We'll leave our cargo bay open. Okay, that was weird. Falling rapidly. Still at 200 meters per second. Altitude radar is 1 kilometer. Need to be at 91. We're at 94. Okay, go a little bit that way. Come on. Dropping too fast. Pull up, pull up. 15, 6, and parachutes. Parachutes did not deploy. I guess I might have waited a moment. But we landed anyway. So, parachutes. Screw you. Alright. There's one more thing we need to do this episode. We need to go visit the dynamic Duno back at Lag Central. Apparently we can do an atmospheric pressure scan while in space near Duna. Okay. Process. Right, we will do that. And we're going to process a whole bunch of experiments. Or as much as we can. How much can this hold? 500, I think. Data 30, yeah, 500. Not quite sure how far we are. And how much science are we going to get per day? This is going to take a little bit. Can we fast forward through this? No. Doesn't seem to speed anything up. 90 data. Keep that data. We'll just wait a little bit. I think we'll go keep the rest of it. I'll let that keep processing. 440 still. Not helping at all. Using a lot of power. Have I not extended the solar panels? They're out. Where's the sun? Okay, that might be why. Let's face, what is that, radially? Might give us a little bit more light. Come on, tell me how much. So that would give us 1.2 science per day. And what we're going to do is just fill this up and see how much science we get. Chock full of science. We now get 3.375 science per day. That's actually pretty good. Fair amount of science. We're going to start the research. And let that run while we are off doing other things. And we're going to end this episode here today. Now that we've updated, we'll be kind of picking things back up. Less fast forwarding, more missions and more new stuff. Like if you like. Subscribe if you're not. Leave a comment if you have anything to say. I do read all the comments. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time!